Hello everyone, I am Jeff Short with CHAUVET DJ. Welcome to another edition of 15-Minute Fridays here on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for tuning in, for checking us out at CHAUVET DJ. We appreciate your time as we are getting ready to go into a long Labor Day weekend, and that's something we can all appreciate. It's Friday, we're in that Labor Day weekend state of mind, and you've probably got a lot of gigs coming up this weekend. I hope you do. And if so, we've got some really good information with some fantastic fixtures that should be in your arsenal if they're not already, that we're going to talk about today, the Swarm series. But as our minds are on the long Labor Day weekend, our minds and our hearts and our prayers and thoughts here at CHAUVET DJ are definitely with all of the survivors of Hurricane Harvey in the Houston and southeast portion of Texas. We really are hoping for the best and sending what help we can. And when I'm done yakking at you about these fixtures, I definitely am going to share with you a really cool way that you can help the survivors of Hurricane Harvey and hopefully get your hands on one of these great fixtures in the process. So thoughts and prayers to all those people. Stay tuned to the end of this and we'll show you how to get involved and do some good for those people. In the meantime, this is what all of the buzz is about. This is the Swarm series from CHAUVET DJ. If you are thinking about what fixtures are going to be great in your rig, there's typically a few different kinds of fixtures that you want to engage in your lighting to start off with. You want a great wash system, you want a great effect system, and probably some cool strobe as well. Well, that's what these fixtures are designed to do, except for they're designed to do them all in one unit. So the first thing you kind of have to think about is the size of events that you are getting involved in and how many guests are involved and what kind of effects that you need. These things really help because they save money on your pocketbook because you're not buying multiple fixtures to do multiple different things. These things are multi-effect units all in one, but they also give you exactly what you need in terms of dance floor coverage, in terms of wash, and in terms of that visual excitement. So if you're doing small to medium-sized gigs, weddings, bar mitzvahs, smaller local community events and things like this, these are great fixtures to have in your rig. So there are three models here that we're going to talk about today. They all share something in common besides the fact that they're multi-effect units all in one. They all have a solid steel body to them. They're lightweight and they all have great adjustable brackets here so that they can be mounted in any number of ways to fit whatever trussing system or other DJ stand you might have. These are great for bands too. So my band people out there, please consider a unit like the Swarms because, again, they are easy to operate, they give you lots of versatility, lots of flexibility, and they really are easy to put inside your rig and set it and forget it. But one of the questions we get a lot of when it comes to units like this are, yes, they're multi-effects units in one, but what if I don't want some of the effects that are incorporated in it on all the time? These obviously can be operated in a number of different ways, through DMX control, through auto program, sound activation, and things like that. But do you have individual control over the individual effects in each light? And the answer is yes. And we want to stress that today because sometimes the power of these all-in-one lights gets lost in the sort of noise of the fact that they're all things all in one unit. That does not mean they all have to be on at the same time, and you can control that for sure. So let's just talk a little bit about what these individual fixtures actually are. This first one here is the Swarm 4 FX. The Swarm 4 is a 3-in-1 effect. So essentially you've got duo moonflower effect LEDs here. These are RGBA, red, green, blue, and amber. These are 13 watts each, and then you can see in the middle you've got a ring of SMD strobes for your second effect, and then a red and green laser right in the middle of that as well. So again, you've got moonflower effect through the LEDs, you've got strobe, and you've got laser all in one unit. So again, what we have here is a simple Show Express setup here with a laptop, our Show Express 512 Plus, and it's just connected all these together. And I can select each individual fixture in the live buttons that have been set up by my friend Augustine, which was a huge help. So I have the 4FX selected, and right now I've got these duo moonflower LEDs operating with two different colors out of each LED. But I can change that, and I can also go into sort of the laser functions. So, and I know it's hard to see because we've got these sort of broadcast lights here, but I can turn this around and kind of show you. So right now, that's all of the laser effects going at the same time, the red and green laser. And I also want, and you can do that with all of the effects in here, all three of them. You can control them individually. So I can control exactly what's coming out of the LEDs, and I can control the strobe and the laser as well. If we take a look at the back of the unit, it's got a cooling fan here. It's got DMX in, DMX out. It's got the easy to read LED menu right on the unit itself, sound activation sensitivity knob, and power linking in and out. So that's a very convenient feature. You can link up to 11 of these units. There are 9 auto channels that you can select from right from the menu itself or with an IRC remote. So you definitely have control options. We are controlling these right now through DMX control, which I always encourage because that gives you the absolute most control over your light. But you can select different auto programs right from the menu itself. If you just want the moonflower effect and no strobe, no laser, do that right through the menu, through the IRC, or you can put it on sound activation modes as well, and you can do master-slave configurations. So I can link up to 11 of these together and have a great chain of control over effect on my dance floor. Please, please, please keep in mind, as my friend Jeremy Breck always tries to remind people, these are not the light that you want to have on something like a first dance, something that is subtle and elegant, because the last thing we want in wedding photography are laser dots or moonflower dots on a beautiful wedding dress. Instead, we want to go with something that is a nice wash, some nice bright even color, and your photography friends will love you. So keep that in mind when using these. That's the Swarm 4 FX. We're going to skip the one in the middle here. We're going to go to the end, and this is the Swarm 5 L. I can talk. Trust me. It's Friday. We got a long weekend coming up. Bear with me. This is the Swarm 5 FX. This is also a 3-in-1 LED effect. And it has essentially the same effects as the Swarm 4, which is the moonflower effect, the strobe, and the lasers. However, the Swarm 5 has it has the RGBAW capabilities in all of the LEDs. It's got the red, green laser, and the white strobe. And the Swarm 5, if we take a look at the back of that, very similar features. Can you see that? Am I out of the? Very similar features. DMX in, DMX out, bright, easy to read menu, power linking. It's got the safety hook here for safety cable as well. Solid steel body, lightweight, great bracket that's very versatile for a number of mounting options. And you've got some great moonflower, very festive effects going on right now. But again, these are controlled through DMX, so I can control exactly the look that I want to have. Going to this one in the middle, this is a Swarm Wash FX, and this is the one we're giving away for the survivors of Hurricane Harvey, and I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. But the Swarm Wash is a little bit different. This is a 4-in-1 effect, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the Swarm Wash FX on my Show Express, because in addition to the derby, the strobe, the laser, we also have a nice even wash effect. And the wash portion of this the Swarm Wash FX is RGB plus UV. So it really gives you incredible color mixing capabilities. So if I don't want these things blinking all the time, if it's not open dancing, I just want some elegant, even wash, I can certainly select that. And for instance, here is a solid blue wash that is really easy to control through things like DMX, through the auto programs. This one has, you can link up to 15 units. It has either 2 or 18 DMX channel personalities, so lots of control capabilities here. It's got the same housing and profile as the Swarm 5FX with slight differences, but certainly the addition of the RGB plus UV wash is incredible. So these things give you a lot of versatility and a lot of power. So this is the Swarm family. Again, keep in mind you have control over your effect lighting. You should be getting control. In fact, I don't think there's any more ways of control we could add to these things. Again, you've got DMX, you've got master-slave configurations, sound activation, auto programs, and IRC remote compatibility. So really, there's no excuse for not getting exactly the effect you want out of these. These are cost-efficient, powerful, flexible, versatile solutions for your mid to smaller size events and band gigs and things like that. Really take into consideration the Swarm series. It's really what people are buzzing about, I kid you not. So what I wanted to make sure you guys are all aware of is something that my friend John Young at Disc Jockey News is doing. It's a wonderful project that we're happy to have gotten involved with, and we want you to get involved with it too. There's going to be a Disc Jockey News Labor Day telethon in support of the survivors of Hurricane Harvey. And you can find out more about it by going to discjockeynews.com/telethon. Again, that's discjockeynews.com/telethon. You can bid. There's silent auctions on a number of different items to raise money for those survivors, and that's something we all want to help with. And you could get your hands on one of these fantastic brand new Swarm Wash FX fixtures. So please, please, please take some time, check out the information on the telethon coming this Labor Day, and we hope that you have a fantastic Labor Day weekend filled with fantastic money-making, profitable gigs, and you should be using some Swarms on those as well because they can make you money. As always, I'm Jeff Short with CHAUVET DJ. Have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for tuning in here to 15 Minute Fridays on Facebook Live. We'll see you real soon.